I want to talk about a concept that every server-side language has available to it, and that is includes. And we're going to take a look at the way PHP allows includes and how to create the code to do this. But let's talk about what an include is to begin with. So what is an include? An include is a way to take content from one page and pull it into another page. It's a way to add coding to multiple pages, and an idea for this is a header and footer page. So we can create a header page that contains all of the content we want to go in the header area of every page within our website. If we do that, all of that header content is stored inside a single file. Within that file, we can place all of the code to go up at the top in the header area. That way, moving forward, if we have an issue, or we want to add navigation, or we want to change the header image, or do whatever modifications are necessary to that header region, we can do it in one file, and all of our pages from that moment on, once we upload that new file that we're including, every page will automatically update. Because at the time the user requests the web page, PHP processes the web page, pulls in that included information, and that is what the user will see for their page request. Here's an example of how it works. Your opening page code could go here, meaning up at the top of your page, you could put your HTML code. Then below that, wherever you want your header image to show, we could include the code for the header image in that area. Then you can add your page content on that specific page, and then we can pull in the footer image. What this does is allow PHP to put the page together when the user calls the page. That way they're always getting the latest version of the page. We also have easy maintenance moving forward. We change the header page, our entire site is updated as of that point. So what we're going to do for our website is we're going to add a header and footer as an include. Now, in general, it's recommended that your includes work with visual elements, and I think you'll find that's the best situation for pulling in includes. You can put any code on an include page, but you'll find more often than not it's used for visual elements. I'm sorry about this page being a bit boring, but there was some content I wanted to pass on to you, and instead of creating all kinds of different pages, I wanted you to have it in one spot. So there are different code pieces you can add for an include in PHP. So we can use the word include. If you use the word include to pull in a file, the code will run even if there's an error. So if the page to be included cannot be found for some reason, this will continue to run. If you want to make sure that everything stops when it cannot find something, you use the word require. So we will be using just the word include within our code for our pages. Now, if we add the underscore once after either of these names, what it does is make sure that that file does not accidentally get included twice. You'll find if we're including something such as a header and footer, we usually use just the word include. If we need to include additional code for processing, an example of that would be if we needed to pull in our database connection piece, then we would use require once. We want to make sure that only gets pulled in once, just in case another page has put on some code to add that connection or include that same file. It will prevent it from causing an error if it's pulled in twice. Let's take a look at a page from our site that we can use to demonstrate this. We'll actually be doing this in a separate movie, but our About Us page here has a header up at the top and a nav bar. It also has a footer at the bottom. If we go into code view, we have div tags within this area. So what we can do, instead of actually placing all of this content on each individual page, such as this one, we can use an include and store this content on a separate page. And that's actually how we're going to be setting this up. So our About Us page, we can change to use includes instead of just having the code content on our page. So we're going to go ahead and do that.